Hello, everyone. It's Young Link Jr. I want to talk about John Morant, star player for the Memphis Grizzlies. Got into some trouble, man, off season last year. They said allegedly he's punched 12. A teenager 12 or 13 times during a pickup basketball game. Now, the incident occurred to based on this article is that they said the teenager, according to John Morant, he started it first. I guess he was playing a basketball game. He was supposed to check the ball. The teenager kind of threw the ball at him, and then it slipped through his fingertips and hit him in the head. So John Morant, could check his emotions, so he ended up, I guess, hitting him. He felt like, hey, I was defending myself. This was a little bit disrespectful, so I had to show him something. But then again, too, the severity of the situation, too. I get it, you playing basketball or whatever, emotions high, any type of sports, anything that's a little bit physical. I don't know if it's some trash talking getting involved or in that situation there. But my thing is too, if I was him, like, you're worth like millions of dollars, sign over like $200 million contract. I was just like, hey man, it ain't the end of the world. I'm just gonna show myself out here on the court. But the thing is to they threw the case out a little bit because they couldn't really find any type of sufficient evidence to go ahead and proceed it. But it still looks bad in a way, man, because you worth all this money, so anything that you do or say, you're a celebrity or technically a role model, whatever you believe it or not, those things can be held against you. It's a star player. He was first round pick 2019, went to Murray State, first time All-American in sophomore year. He was a great player. He averaged 27 points per game. I love playing with him actually on 2K. And the Memphis Grizzlies, man, even besides Adams, they starting to come up. They was actually, I think, number one in the West at one point, but I think the Denver Nuggets is. And not too long ago, they beat the Denver Nuggets, man, in 112-94, I believe, win. And also, too, with John Morant, he had a situation with Shannon Sharp and all these things, and people was clowning him on Disputed about the situation. We know how that held out, but also too the SUV when I think when against the Indiana Pacers, he actually had a laser pointing at the Indiana Pacers staff. I'm like, man, this is brandishing. And not too long ago, I think 4 days after the incident, when he was at the Cordova Mall in Tennessee, man, it was him and a group of other people, and I guess it was a disturbance at the finish line, and had a security mall in Memphis wanted them to get out. So somebody from his camp actually shoved the security guard, and of course he filed a police report. And John Morant said, "Okay, let me know what time he get off work." So it was a threat there. So I don't want him to be suspended indefinitely. I know it was some edit clips on Twitter. If you guys look at that, I look like this ain't real. They said Adam Silver, the NBA commissioner, was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and just suspend him indefinitely for all his crimes. He's a thug. This gangster activity. He needs to be taught a lesson." So I'm like, no, this is completely edited. But I just wish the best for John Morant. He's a great player. He's a role model. A lot of people look up to him, man. Just calm down a little bit, man. I just wish someone in this camp will actually be in this area. So young 23-year-old, you made it in life. There's so many people who would die and sacrifice so much just to make it to the NBA. And he worked his butt off to get there. So you don't want it to just tarnish that, man, just due to foolishness. So this my thing is, I think the most what they're gonna do, because they have to entertain this, right? I'll probably say, hey, you held them up to a higher standard, just give them a suspension, and hopefully you learn this lesson. I don't want him to be in the situation like he take someone's life, or he gets shot up, he gets hurt, somebody in his family gets hurt, and then he's mentally don't have the capacity to continuously to play ball. It's an 82 game season, and plus even more if you go into the playoffs. You got to remain focused. Main focus to play basketball, win a championship for the Memphis Grizzlies. So I pray for the best for John Morant and his family, man, seriously. So I'm not gonna clown his brother because he's one of ours. He's a brother, and I'm glad he's successful. You making a lot of money, but just do your God-given talent, man. Just do what the Lord has given you, man, and just make an impact on this earth, man, seriously. So you don't want to mess up your reputation or anything in the NBA, because what about you've been in the NBA since 2019, right, for about 4 years. And say if you get out, you have a major injury, you get out, at least you can go ahead and get an NBA. You could be an NBA coach. You could work for ESPN. You could go to school for journalism. It's the sky is the limit. So you don't want to tarnish that due to off-season shenanigans, man. So that's all we have to say. Like, comment, subscribe, share this video. I love you guys. I'm out. Deuces.